மொழி வழியும் தனியலை. தமிழ் இனி FM 105.9. தமிழ் இனி FM. FM அலைவரிசையூடாக தமிழின் காற்றலையில் ஆரம்பம் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். ஒன்டாரியோ மாகாணத்தின் வரவு செலவு திட்டம்
நேற்றைய தினம் அமைச்சர் சார்ல்ஸ் சூசாவினால் வெளியிடப்பட்டது. இந்த வரவு செலவு திட்டத்திலே முக்கியமான விடயமாக ரமணன் பார்க்கப்பட்ட விடயம் மாணவர்களுக்கான உயர்கல்வி, அந்த உயர்கல்விக்கான இலவச உயர்கல்வி, வருமானம் குறைந்த குடும்பங்களுக்கான உயர்கல்வி குறித்து பெரிய அளவிலே பேசப்பட்டது. இந்த வரவு செலவு திட்டம் குறித்து எங்களோடு வானிலையிலே கருத்துக்களை பகிர்ந்து கொள்வதற்காக ஒன்டாரியோ மாகாண அரசாங்கத்தின் இணையமைச்சர், சுகாதாரத்துறை இணையமைச்சராகவும் மிசிசாகா ஈஸ்ட்-குக்ஸ்வில் தொகுதியின் மாகாண சபை உறுப்பினராகவும் இருக்கின்ற மதிப்புக்குரிய தீபிகா டர்மெல்லா எங்களோடு இணைந்து கொள்கிறார். Good evening.
Good evening.
The Honorable Damerla.
Good evening. Vanakkam.
Vanakkam. Oh, நானும் அப்படித்தான் ஆரம்பித்திருக்க வேண்டும். Thank you for joining us, and we just wanted to get a sense from you as to what you think are the most important things that are included in the budget that was tabled by the Honorable Finance Minister Sousa yesterday.
Oh, we are so proud of this budget. As you know, one of the most important things in this budget is the fact that low-income families, now their kids can go to college or university, no tuition, free tuition. And what's really important is that there is no age bar. So anybody, like you could even be an adult, as long as your income is family income is below $50,000, you can go to university or college for free. So just think about the opportunities these opens up for people who might be working in a career and want to go to college and university and think they cannot afford it. So this is great for our kids, obviously, but this is also great for a number of adults who in the past may not have gone to college or university because they couldn't afford it. Maybe now don't have the career prospects because they never went to college or university, but now they have that opportunity to go because tuition is free. So we are so proud. This is transformational. This is about a fair society. So I think that is really, really the top line of this budget. The other piece that I'm really proud of is we are increasing healthcare by $1 billion. So that's huge. We really, increased the healthcare budget by $1 billion. $345 million going towards hospitals, $75 million towards hospices, a 2% increase for every long-term care home in Ontario for their nursing and care needs. So this is huge. And then there is obviously we have for seniors, there's a lot of good news here. We're going to have 170,000 more seniors who don't have to pay the $100 deductible when they get their drugs. So that is a significant advantage to a number of seniors. Also, the shingles vaccine between the ages of 65 and 70 is now going to be free. And we already announced the parking. We're going to give a break in parking rates in hospitals for those who frequently visit hospitals. So there's a lot for everybody. The $30 off the Drive Clean. So we've taken that $30 charge completely off. So I think there's a little bit for everybody in this budget.
We are joined by the Associate Minister of Health and Long-Term Cares, the Honorable Dipika Damerla. Going back to the student tuition fees, don't you think it's kind of unfair for the middle-class family who are earning more than $50,000 that they're not getting a break on this tuition fee for the kids?
It's a great question, and it gives me a chance to clarify. So if the family is making an income between $50,000 and I think $86,000, they still get a significant percentage of their tuition off. So it may not be free, but they're getting a huge deduction in the tuition. And for families between $85,000 and $160,000, again, they will be eligible for more grants, less loans. So a grant is obviously, you don't have to repay a grant. So essentially, the biggest benefit is definitely for, the low-income families, 50,000 and under. Significant benefit if you're between 50 and 85,000, and good benefit between 85 and 160. And the important thing is nobody is going to pay one penny more than they're paying now. So even though we're giving this break for, say, somebody whose, family income is under 50,000, the people who are, over 50,000 are not going to pay any more. In fact, most of them are going to pay less, and some of them are going to pay the same.
Without creating new jobs, what's the point of giving free education for the kids? By graduating and living without a job is more difficult, no? What is your plan to engage them with the unemployment?
Again, a great question. And two things in this, in this economy, one of the very interesting things that you will find is the number of times you hear employers say they cannot find people with the necessary skills. Because there's been a fundamental shift, and that fundamental shift is 7 out of 10 jobs now in Ontario require post-secondary education. So, 7 out of 10 jobs need people to have gone to college or university. And so going to college or university is now not a nice to do. 20 years ago, going to college or university was extra, and high school would get you through life. Now, college and university has become like high school. So absolutely, we have to continue to create jobs. But the point is today's jobs and definitely tomorrow's jobs require our children to have a post-secondary education, and we want to make sure that nobody is getting left behind just because they can't afford.
2 more questions on my end. One of them being the 4.3 cent increase in gas prices. Yeah. Isn't that putting a burden again on the middle class family?
So I'm going to say this. I was on the India trade mission recently, and I'm originally from India, so obviously it was very heartening to see the progress that India is making. There's definitely, you can see a change. But I was in New Delhi, and what I learned also was that now New Delhi is the asthma capital of the world. And that's because of the pollution. So, so you can make the case that, in New Delhi, they're making all these new jobs, lots of manufacturing, they're polluting a lot, lots of cars on the road, and they might be doing it on the cheap. But how do you put a price on the medication that now so many kids in New Delhi need? I mean, this is the asthma capital of the world for asthma. So there is a cost. I gave you just one example, but there is a cost, whether it's climate change, whether it's the crazy weather we've been having, whether it's the health impacts of not addressing the environment. And the reality is the Industrial Revolution for the past 150 years has occurred at the cost of our environment, and now we're paying a huge price for it. And I really believe that when you start to factor in that cost, that there is a cost to doing nothing. There is a cost to continuing to degrade the environment. So we have a choice here. Either you pay now or you pay later. And a great example right here in Ontario. In the year 2005, Ontario had 50 smog days. In 2014, 2015, 0 smog days. And the reason for this big decrease is very simple. In 2014, we closed the last coal-fired electricity plant in Ontario. So there's a great example right here in Ontario of how, when you start to address the environment, there are direct health benefits and all sorts of benefits.
Thank you, the Honorable Dipika Damerla. Thanks for joining us on a short notice, and thanks for bringing some more light into this budget. And hopefully we'll have a chance to sit down in the studio and take questions.
I would like that very much. Call me anytime. I'd be delighted to, come and talk to the community. I'm originally from Andhra Pradesh, from Telugu speaking, and I'm very, I know a little bit of Tamil, not too much.
Well,
very much in the place.
Thank you for. I know. Past 2 days has been budgets and meetings and everything. And thanks for spending some time with us. And hopefully, we'll be able to meet in the office. I will definitely speak to your press secretary and make some arrangement here.
Thank you. Take care. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
மொழி வழியும் தனியலை தமிழ் இனி FM 105.9 தமிழ் இனி FM.
நூற்று 5.9 FM அலைவரிசையூடாக தமிழின் காற்றலையில் ஆரம்பம் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். ஒன்டாரியோ மாகாணத்தின் வரவு செலவு திட்டம்